Welcome to round 4 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of August 1st. I'm Terri Morrow, and I'm here with Catherine Haleko.
Hello.
Nicole Erdix is away this week, but we have 2 special guests with us, Audra and Hadassa from the A Bit Above podcast. As moms of mostly teens and young adults, except for Hadassa, we're still rethinking the decisions we've made all through our kids' lives and worrying about what's going on right now. Today's Thursday, which means it's time to give in to our obsessing. And today we are obsessing about something that moms of babies definitely don't think about, at least for their kids, dating apps. My daughter she's in her early 30s and has not had really a huge thriving social life for most of her life. And I have from time to time suggested, go to this event in the community, go to that event in the community. If you want to find somebody, Amazon Prime does not yet deliver husbands. You have to go out and you have to meet people. And she's really uncomfortable with that. And so occasionally I would say, well, hey, there's dating apps. Maybe you want to try one of those. No. Well, all of a sudden last week, she comes into my room. She said, I saw this dating app on Instagram and I'm going to do it. I'm going to go on it. So she went on that, and then she went on another one. And suddenly, she had all these guys wanting to text message her and chat with her and all this. And chatting is not an easy thing. So she was really excited about it one day. And then the next day, she's like, I really don't want to chat with all these people. This is getting stressful. And then the next day, she joined another one. So I have absolutely no field of experience to talk to her about dating apps. The only dating service I ever used was in the mid-'80s in California, and they sent you signed up for it, and they sent you a dot matrix printed list of dudes and their phone numbers. And that was a dating service at that time. So I don't know what the etiquette of it is. If you start chatting with somebody, can you just stop? Can you block them? Do you have to keep talking to them? What are one's obligations? I don't know how any of this works. Have any of you had experience personally or with your adult children of doing this? I don't want to hurt people's feelings. This is a brave new world. I mean, I think it's cool that you can now date without leaving your house, but still, what?
I got nothing.
How?
I got nothing here.
I mean, I think this might be my turn.
Wait, can I just throw my kid under the bus for these dating apps real
Please
quick?
do. I just threw my kid under the bus, so she could use some company.
So just on that, we'll get some, words of wisdom with these dating apps, right? That'll come from Miss Hadassa. But
okay,
the other end of the spectrum for the dating apps is when you go on it to find your now ex-boyfriend who was your then boyfriend still on the dating app.
Oh no.
Chatting with other people. So that may or may not have happened in my household and had to deal with that. But fast forward, we're on to a new relationship. We're good to go. But yeah, that's a thing too. So
wait, don't scare her off right away. Hold up. We are supposed to come in here positively, okay? Come on.
Well, now you get to turn it around. Give us all the positive vibes on these dating apps. What do you got?
I think it's interesting because Audra would give you a perspective from her kids, and I would give you a perspective from me. So, because I
was hoping you would.
But when I was 18,
you're the only young person I know to ask.
Well, when I was 18, legal age to start, dancing with boys, people were already downloading, Tinder and Plenty of Fish and all this stuff. And obviously it was a very weird concept. It's extremely strange. There's nothing normal and comfortable about it. It's really,
right.
But so is actual dating. I think it's just the same way you can order Chinese food online. You could also order men. You could also go to work online. There's so many things you can do online now. It doesn't mean that the guys will be better or worse. It just means that you're dealing with the same problems just at a bigger degree because there's thousands and thousands of guys on these apps and all it takes is a swipe. And my advice, I guess, for someone who is using it is, firstly, obviously, you have to know what you're looking for because on a dating app, everybody could be looking for different things. I'm divorced. I have a dating app right now, and I'm not looking for a husband right now. And so that's something that I know for myself. Some people are looking for that, but when you do meet these guys and you know what you want, then the difference between whether or not it could be healthy or not, which I don't know if it could be healthy at all, but we'll see in the future when they do their studies about it, but is you have to not try to get the guys to like you. You need to decide if you like the guy, because a lot of times like you fall into that pattern where it's like, I really like, you kind of like, you don't even say this out loud, it's subconscious, where you're like, you would do anything to make that person that you are interested in see you a certain way. But really we should be putting our expectations and our standards at the highest priority and see like, wait, I don't even know if I like you. I need to figure that out for myself.
Yeah.
Wait, can't these dating apps kind of be like a mobile food order app? You want like, instead of extra mayo, you want like extra personality, a little less
6
anger.
foot tall and above.
Like, it says like, additional options or exceptions. Like, can't we just like modify these apps a little bit more to really get closer to what we're looking for?
Sort it from greatest.
Yeah, filter.
Yeah, closest to you to furthest away. Like all the things.
Yeah. Yeah. She doesn't seem to be getting a lot of people who are really in her area, which I think that there's a slider that she needs to do to say what miles she wants. And I don't think she's done that. But,
most of the people she will talk to will not be people she wants to talk to. I mean, I hope that there's not 60 husbands out there waiting for me, like.
But how do you get out of it if you start chatting with somebody and you realize this is not somebody I'm interested in? Can you just drop it?
Yeah, you ghost it. Ghost all the way.
Ghost them? Okay.
Coming from me.
Some of them have asked for her phone number to text her. So she's texting with some people. And I said it was okay because she could just block them. But then it seems kind of rude. Well, you're chatting away with somebody, they really like you, and then...
It is rude. I mean...
But they expect
if you want to be nice, like, go ahead. Like, feel free. But I find that if I don't block, if I don't ghost, like, they usually come crawling back and they're like, oh, hey, how's your day? Like, they'll just try to start talking up a conversation again. And then it's like, okay, well, I don't want to be rude again. I am a nice person. I've been so nice. And that was my problem. And now going into my newly single age, obviously I want to be nice, but I'm not going to worry as much about other people's feelings if it means that they're never going to leave my life. They're always just going to show up again,
Right.
Yeah, Terry, this is like PR emails.
Yes.
You cannot.
You had to talk me through that.
I had to keep telling you that you can't answer them, because if you do, that is an opening. You just have to ignore it. So
pretty soon they'll be on my doorstep saying, "Here,
please, won't you take this press kit?" Yeah,
I still feel so bad.
No.
I feel less guilt deleting the ones that are addressed to you, however. So they can hate on Catherine. That's fine.
No, they know. They don't even despite their pleas, like, oh, I'm just making sure this didn't get lost in your spam.
I know that in my brain, but in my heart, I still feel bad because possibly I have been in jobs like that.
Yes.
And so but still.
Yeah. I know it's hard.
I know.
So
it's like we keep imagining we have listeners and they No, yeah, it is exactly like that. I just feel bad. But that's if that's the way it's done, because that's her instinct too, is just like, not interested, I'm just going to stop replying to this person. Right. I'm just going to block this person.
Right.
I'm like, oh, but what if it hurts his feelings? That's not.
It will hurt their feelings. I get my feelings hurt too. And then I learn how to build a backbone. And if people are on these very superficial, is that the word? Like very surface level dating apps, like it's not serious. If you're contacting for a long time, like use your common sense. If you care about the person and respect them, then you might want to say like, hey, listen, I don't know if it's a good idea that we continue talking. I wish I had the strength to do that. I'll be honest. I wish I had that, but
yeah. And how long does one typically text or talk to somebody before making contact in the real world? She's nervous about they're starting to ask her out to dates, and she's like, I don't know if I want to like do this.
I know. Before Hadassa,
that's sort of the end game.
Before Hadassa answers, I know she is 1, biting her tongue, and 2, thinking very meticulously on what she's going to say to that. Depends what you're looking for, Terry.
Yeah, well, no. That's true. That is true. She's on Catholic Match and a Christian dating app, and then
Okay, let me switch my answer then.
She's not on Tinder at the moment.
Hadassa's changing her.
No, I really think that, like, whatever it is, there's no should be. It's up to the two people involved. There's no rules. I get it that this is not something she's comfortable with because it's very weird and she doesn't have experience with it.
Yes.
But I mean, hopefully, once you know that you feel comfortable with someone, that you're willing to meet a stranger from the internet, which is so uncomfortable.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be. There could be some times where you meet someone and there's more of a connection and you feel comfortable around them. And it doesn't really matter about the time. It's more about when you feel safe enough to, like, go out with them, really, you know?
Okay. And it would be weird if her mother came along on the first date, right?
I'm probably not. Go ahead. Go. You know what? Go ahead.
I mean, if they just go to Starbucks or something and you happen to be in the Starbucks.
If they needed a mall food court, I could just be a few tables over,
right?
You know?
Just wear your hat. Wear your bucket hat that you.
That's right.
I mean, you always
that won't be embarrassing for her at all.
You need a plan B, but, like, I have definitely, like, stalked my children at various things. Maybe not so much dating.
This is your future, Hadassa.
Yeah, I mean, it does happen. Like, when my kids were at the movies with their friends, I'm like, I can see you. Now, I am just driving by on the road, and they're literally looking out the window, like, I can't see you. I'm like, I'm only kidding. I drove by, you know, like, it just keeps them on their toes. But I will say the old school way of dating, I still prefer that method because I've never gone on one of the dating apps. But if you're likely, you know, you want someone who's interested in books, then, you know, keep hanging out at the libraries or places that you're going to find someone with a common interest. But with one of my good friends, she's like, all I do is go to the grocery store, and I told her to hang out longer in the freezer section because I had no other option for the poor girl.
Yeah, see, my daughter enjoys watching TV, and so unless somebody comes over to the house, it's going to be difficult to. Is there like a Lifetime movie meeting thing over at the library where they sit and watch terrible revenge movies for 2 hours?
I mean, honestly, my local library has so many, like, activities and events and stuff. Like, you'd be surprised.
I tried to talk her into Toastmasters because I know somebody who had a good experience with that, but she's not into it. So online dating seemed like a good idea, but eventually you do want to meet the person in the real world.
Well, yeah, I mean, she might not meet the one on the dating app, but she can use it to get her tools oiled. What is that? What's that word?
Yes.
What's the saying?
Wait, I want to hear her struggle. What are you trying to say?
The oil, the rig. No, like
it started sounding a little bit. No, she's not on Tinder, is what I'm telling you.
Wait, do you know what saying I'm trying to say? Do you know it? Oil.
No, you're oiling a rig over there. I'm dying to know what you're
getting her feet wet. Is that what?
Yeah, it might be. Yeah. But no, I mean, like, before you use. No,
let's just say that's what it was.
Before you use an instrument, you, like, put oil on it so that it glides.
Oh, yeah.
Tune it up.
Yeah.
This was going to go south.
Rosin up your bow sounds a little dirty too. But, okay.
I am biting my tongue here, so if anything comes out a little slightly inappropriate.
This is a PG podcast, Hadassa.
I am. I was using an expression that older people say.
No, boy.
Nobody uses that. Cut that one out. Don't use that one again after today. Oh, my God.
Well.
Oh, wait. It's well-oiled machine. I think I'm confusing two.
Yes, there you go.
Right.
Yes. I have told her this, that even if nothing comes of this, it's good practice in making idle conversation.
Right.
Which is not, conversation in general is not her strong suit. So this way you're practicing with strangers and it doesn't matter.
Yep.
So
then you just block them.
You may never see them again.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, I very much appreciate the advice. I feel like I am just completely useless. I mean, she's enjoying the fact that I have no good advice to give because usually I'm right on it, but I make stuff up anyway. Anyway, but it's good to have a little more informed advice and know that it sounds like what she's doing is about right, and what I'm planning to do, like tail her, is about right also. So, cool. Thank you for your permission. My dad used to tell me that he had spies all over town, and if I did anything, he would know it. But I have to actually be in the vicinity.
I live in a small town that is still proven to this day. You cannot get away with anything without a relative catching you somewhere doing something.
Yep.
I am in a less small town now, so I have to do a little more independent confirmation.
I think if your kids are on board, mine are perfectly fine with me stalking them in a nice way. But yeah, they're perfectly fine with that. So there's hope, Terri. I give you hope.
Do you have to like figure out their password and go back in and turn the GPS trace back on every so often?
Oh no, mine have Snapchat with location, and they keep their locations on because I may have guilted them in saying that, gosh forbid anything were to ever happen, how would I know where you are? And therefore, that stays on.
Solely for safety purposes. It's not because I want to sit at my desk and watch where you're going every single second. No.
Or at 11 p.m. when, 11:15, when you said you'd be home at 11, I'm not over there checking your location that you just left work. Nope, not
there needs to like be a button on our phones that would like set off their car alarm if they're doing the wrong thing. If they're out.
Terri, you just figured out why the car alarm is going off in your neighborhood.
His mother was so ticked.
She might be ticked one more night. You're going to want to consult that mother. You find her.
Come on, can we have a little motherly compassion here between the two of us, ladies? I'll go out and put a baseball bat through his windshield for you. It'll be fine. Well, now that we've embarrassed our children sufficiently, let me say that's it for today's Round 4. Tune in tomorrow when we'll share our roundup of things we've been using or enjoying lately that we think deserve a shout out. Find all our episodes at parentingroundabout.com and talk back on the comments there, on our Facebook page, or on Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat.